Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we rescued Professor Crane from that god-awful Shadow Pokemon lab in the desert that took forever to navigate. And we also discovered a data ROM, which we were unable to find the contents of. So, at Professor Crane's instructions, in this episode, we're going to be heading off to Pyrite Town to get that data ROM deciphered. After all, it was made by Cypher, so we need to get it deciphered. Ha ha! Anyway, Pyrite Town, a noble town of rogues and ruffians. Professor Crane's lived here. Wow, Crane, you got some badass friends, just saying. You might look like a wimp with stick arms, though, but damn! You got friends in low places, which sometimes is better than friends in high places. Shady dealings abound. Professor Crane is a master of it all. Marcia, wait for me! Oh my god, how do you run in those clown shoes? That's like Don Martin level floppy. Marcia, wait for me! Yeah, no wonder she runs faster. What was that all about? There goes Marcia, tearing off like a tornado as usual. There goes one busy girl. Huh? What's up with you, kid? Why are you giving me the eye like that? Do you know who I am? I'm Gale. They call me the gatekeeper of Pyrite. Hehehe. That smoldering look in your face, you're raring to challenge me. If it's a battle you want, I'm here. Eh, sure, why not? Let's get a battle to start things off. Let's go. Ah, this music is so awesome. I haven't commented on this music. Regular trainer battle theme is pretty awesome, too. That guitar riff is just friggin' awesome. I don't know how many times I just said awesome. That was actually a little bit weird. Okay. So starting out with Ralts and Snubbull. Okay, not too terribly bad. I'm going to start off with Baltoy, and I need to digress slightly to bring attention to something. I was not clear at all in my video yesterday about Baltoy's nickname. Through Twitter, hashtag ChuggaaXD, spelling on screen right now, because a lot of people were confused about it. I didn't put it on screen, I meant to. That is where you can submit Baltoy's name. I'm going to be extending the deadline for Baltoy nicknames by another 24 hours after this video is posted, just because I didn't explain it well enough in yesterday's video. I don't know. Get creative. Any name that you can think of, typically funny names are what I will go with, but maybe just really cool names as well. I don't know. So, if you can come up with a nickname, feel free to submit it. 24 hours after this video is posted is the deadline for that. It'll probably be a few videos from now before I'm able to actually nickname it in-game, though, but anything submitted within those first 24 hours is fair game for me to decide on, and my ball grew a level! Awesome, okay. Here we go, what's Gale sending out? C-Dots! Wow, bad choice with what I've got on the field, just saying. Alright, Roar Beam, and we'll go for Rock Tomb, why not? I don't want to self-destruct with me at full health. I mean, self-destruct is fun and all, though, but you kind of got to use it as a desperation move if you want to get any progress or have any experience earned on Baltoy for certain. Okay. Speed Fell. And here we go. Aurora Beam is so pretty. I can't get over it. I know that I commented on that a few videos ago, but man, it's awesome. Also, I like how C-Dot spins around because it's the shape of an acorn. That's pretty funny. Okay. Houndour. Man, you just have loads and loads of Pokemon that we have already snagged. Just saying. Well, actually, no. I think like 2 of them Pokemon already snagged, though, but still. I don't know, this guy always comes off as really, really shady, and he comes off even more shady when he's got Pokemon like that. Let's see. Water Gun on you, and we'll go, we'll do another rock. Well, let's focus all of our efforts on Houndour, just because we can. Let's see. Of course, that doesn't knock it out. I kind of doubt that Water Gun would have one-shotted it, though. Let's see. Well, actually, no, we're not going to be able to see because I already took damage. What the hell am I saying? Ember! Not that bad, actually. Wow. I know that, like I said, that Baltoy is a bit of a jack of all trades, and its strengths are in its special defense and regular defense, as well as its HP, though. But damn, jack of all trades, master of none, my ass. Baltoy tanked that pretty well. Okay, Baltoy grew yet another level, and Ralts is his last Pokemon. Now, I do have to say, a little detail. I am commenting on this a little bit late. Is the fact that when the opponent has one Pokemon, it does not let you see like that drastic shift of like it like shifting over to the middle of the field. It actually stays in roughly the same spot, which I'm kind of a fan of that, though, because it was really jarring Coliseum, like how the Pokemon would just kind of just teleport over like whenever it was down to their last Pokemon. It was really weird, and I don't know why they did that. Alright, is Ralts gonna keep being faster? Is it? No, it's not. Okay. Go on. Take it out. Down it goes. Also, just saying, Gale, 5 years ago, you had way stronger Pokemon. You had like a Furret, and you had like level 30s. What happened to you, buddy? What happened, man? Whoa! I guess he... We killed him! Okay, no, not really, but still, I could totally see him playing dead like that to get us in trouble. I mean, we're right near the police station. If to hand it to you, you have to be pretty good to beat Gale, Pyrite's gatekeeper. And, speaking of this, stuff in Pyrite Town, there's quite a few things that we can do. Here's the police station, of course. I'm Shirls, Chief of Pyrite Police. Are you a traveling trainer? This town has become peaceful, but there's still plenty of roughnecks around. They know how to keep us busy with their brawling and so on. Lots of them will go out of their way to pick a fight with you, so be careful when you're out on the streets. Okay, what do we got back here? It says, wanted. Team Snag'em head Gonzab, identified by distinctively jagged mustache. Not to mention a really long mustache. By the way, why just his mustache? Those eyebrows. I have never seen eyebrows that run off a person's head before in my life. I think that's a lot more distinctive. What do we got? Darn it, I got locked up over a dumb street fight. If I don't get out of here soon. Huh, kid? Are you a thing in your arm? It can't be. Oh, nah, it's nothing. Get lost already. He just saying da-da-da. Okay. Anything in here? Door is locked. No, not that. I want to talk to you. Ow, I got lumps in my head from some shiny-headed guy thumping me. I don't deny that I lipped him off at first, but he took a swing at me first. You gotta let me out of here. Nah, I don't think I'll do that. I want to take this item, though. This is probably confiscated from a prisoner. Hyper Potion! Holy crap! Okay, I remember that being a good item, though, but damn! A Hyper Potion? That recovers 200 HP! I'm not gonna have 200 HP for, like, what, another 10 hours of training or so? Damn! Now, this house. This is gonna sound like a waste of time, but while we are here in town, I want to check this TV. We heard that ONBS news station is here in Pyrite, and you can see that it's a news report by them on this TV. I want to check it, because it's pretty great stuff. We bring you ONBS News. There's a story that a man who works on the inside of Pyrite's landmark, the town's giant windmill. The man is familiar with the slogan, 30 long years of cranking gears. However, there have been rumors in some quarters that perhaps his claim of 35 years is hugely exaggerated, and that the real figure is 5 years. Asking the man himself proved fruitless as he refused to say anything other than 35 years of cranking gears. While the truth is shrouded in mystery, ONBS pledges to determinedly follow up on this story. I would say a slow news day, but that is a huge bombshell. That guy who was saying like 30 long years of cranking gears, it was really his first day on the job when he said that. Oh, man. Alright, then, what do we have here, Wolf? It isn't Shrewdly and Folly. What do you think you're up to? What are we up to? You've got it all wrong. We're here to do some shopping, that's all. Now, don't you lie to me. I know about the likes of you. You're up to no good, aren't you? Cut us some slack, Officer Johnson, sir. We've had a change of heart. We've sworn off criminal ways. Yes, sir? Some things never change. Seems like Officer Johnson is as useless as ever. He didn't get promoted over the past 5 years. Nothing. And these guys are just walking around. They don't seem afraid of him whatsoever. They have no trouble blatantly lying to his face. Follow the man, listen to the reason. Let's get out of here. Alright, where are they gonna go? They ran into a dead end. There's nothing that way but the canyon and the Coliseum. What are they gonna jump down the canyon? And Johnson doesn't even run after them. Like, he doesn't even try to run after them. He, like, walks 2 steps and just like, nope, I'm done. Useless as ever, man. Why don't you just run after them? There's nowhere to go. I cut quite the dashing figure, don't I? It's my job to uphold the peace of Pyrite. Pow! I can picture him, like, winking and pointing his finger while he says that. Over here is a hotel. This, I still don't know the purpose for. Staying in this hotel will get your Pokemon full restored. It costs 100 to stay a night, but why would you ever want to do this? Oh, Marie can be purified. When you could just go to a healing machine or a Pokemon Center. I don't get it. You want to stop by here because there are presents for you. You can get a Paralyze Heal for free. Oh, it's a wild Zigzagoon. It's cute. He's dreaming of Shadow. He's dealing of non-Shadow. He's dreaming of wild Pokemon here in Ori, especially Zigzagoon. How adorable. He just wants to see that. I've been traveling through the Ori region. I think a little ravaged land is getting better little by little. I don't think it'll be that far out before wild Pokemon can survive out here. A lot of talk of wild Pokemon in this area. Well, they can talk about their fantasies of wild Pokemon in the Ori region all they want. I'm here to get a Focus Band! Yeah! That is a really helpful item. It'll make it so that you can occasionally hang on with 1 HP. I'm not using that on Baltoy, however, because Self-Destruct is an insta-kill move. It just reduces your HP to 0. You can't get saved by a Focus Band. I think I will equip this, though, just because I don't have any other hold items to give a lot of my Pokemon. Let's see. Actually, I think I might give it to Baltoy, because Baltoy is kind of slow, and it's kind of my weakest member as of right now. So, we'll give it to that, not because of Self-Destruct. 3 Great Balls. Yeah, they are really, really generous with the items here. Holy crap. Man, what do you have to say? I just stole 3 Great Balls in your room. I was at the Coliseum when I managed to beat my first 3 opponents, but couldn't pull off the last win. You don't win the prize if you can't put together a 4-win string. I'm gonna get some hard-earned rest and make another challenge. Okay. At least he's not letting it get him down. Okay. So we finished up at this hotel. I gotta say, man, that is awesome, man. And, jeez, that is... I love that. Anyway. Okay. So, up here is the battle square. Once again, it is very clearly a battle circle. If you talk to these trainers, they... Oh, dual square, excuse me. If you talk to these trainers, they will battle you. You can battle these trainers as much as you like, and if you want to get experience, you can do this. I, however, think that I'm just going to be cutting out these battles because none of these trainers have Shadow Pokemon. These are all completely optional battles, but I want the experience. So I will see you guys in just a moment for you, about an hour for me. One damage. Oh, come on! It's like gift for dissing him. During these battles, Voltaire tried to learn Quick Attack. I'm going to go for it as it is more powerful than Tackle by 5 power, and I might as well have a priority move. It's very unlikely that anything will ever outspeed a Jolteon, but hey, you know, just in case it does, it'll be nice so that I can at least get in a little damage before feigning. I cleaned up. I had no idea how powerful my Pokemon were. That was nuts. I kept playing just to get the money from these trainers, though, but man, I did not need that experience at all, and... Floating LCD display. Like, there's no, like, screen around it. It's just a floating monitor. It's like a holographic image. Let's head in here. There's a guy I want to see here. And it's not you. No, not that. Electricity generated by this windmill powers the Coliseum and ONBS, among other places. The gears don't break... If the gears don't break or get stolen... Oh, okay, the windmill is an infinite source of energy. Okay, cool. What do you say? Oh, for 35 years I've spun these gears. Oh, what's with you, youngster? Do you want to spin the gears too? Sure. Wahaha, not at this point, but this isn't a job that anyone can just pick up. Give it another 25 years and then come back. Wahaha. I like how there is a red arrow pointing from the door to talk to this guy. They just know that he's that great of an NPC that they paint an arrow on the ground so that you go over and talk to him. Anyway, yeah, got another purification that I can do back at the lab. This gorge is theoretically the only place where those 2 clowns could have run earlier. What do you have to say, old-timer? There once was a town ruled by Cypher beneath this cliff here. The town was called the Under. When Cypher's hold the town was broken, the Under citizens moved out into the sunlight. I'm one of them. ONBS's Nett is the former resident of the Under. They went and burned the Under to prevent people from getting to the abandoned town site. It's sad to see my hometown go like that. Aww. So the Under is no more. In the past 5 years, it has been destroyed. And in turn... Whoa! Whoa! What the heck? What? My name's Rocket. I'm warming up right now. Could you clear the way? I have never seen that before. I was like, what is he running around for? We get another free Great Ball right here. I really don't need to buy anything. Does he? Yeah, he does. He runs. And he... Okay, that's weird. Why don't you just run back and forth, dude? You know, like turning like on your... I don't know. There's a healing machine right here if you want to restore your Pokemon while fighting in the battle square. Or dual square, excuse me. And this here, as you would guess from outside, is the world-famous Coliseum. Pyrite Coliseum is not a bad place to get experience. It's an endurance run of 4 battles. You do non-stop. You have to win all 4 to get the prize. It's a nice way to get money and experience, but the real draw is that Coliseums will give you TMs. Now, none of the TMs are helpful to me whatsoever, so I won't be doing this. But for those that are curious, and for those that would be helpful, beat it once, you get Brick Break, which is a fantastic fighting-type move that breaks through moves like Reflect and Light Screen. 2 gives you Taunt, which makes your opponent only use attacking moves. 3 gives you Torment, which makes your opponent unable to use the same move twice in a row. And 4 gives Roar, which forces your opponent to switch Pokemon. I don't really like any of those moves, and they're not really... Well, no, I like those moves. They're just not really helpful for the particular Pokemon that I'm raising, I should say. Not only that, but here we got a vending machine. You can buy various items right here. This Moo Moo Milk is really good early on. Restores 100 HP. Lemonade restores 80. I always buy a lemonade. Put the lemonade away. Hey, the text is formatted correctly. That's kind of cool. Okay. So, hello, you big guard, you. This is the ONBS building. There have been too many shady people hanging around, like, keeping an eye on things to keep out those sort of bad elements. And it's the rule that he has to not wear a shirt to be able to keep shady people out, of course. What's up? Man, you have, like, man shoulders. Look at how broad her shoulders are. Damn. I wouldn't want to mess with her. Welcome to ONBS. All visitors wander the ONBS building to see our network in operation. I'm Meg, and I'm the official guide. Glad to meet you. True. This Shroomish is my friend. Isn't it cute? We broadcast TV signals all across the Aura region. I hope you take the time to see how we work. Okay. So you might remember Meg from the Kids Grid 5 years ago. Not only that, but Purr was here 5 years ago as well, and we saw him in Gatchion Port. People were kind of mad I didn't point him out, though, but don't worry, I know, and this garbage can is so obviously a Sprite, it's not even funny. Alright. What do you have to say, little kid? What are you doing here at a TV station? Take a tour of OBS 2? I've been here lots of times. OBS used to be called the Kids Grid HQ before. Heard it was started by a bunch of kids. Isn't that cool? That is indeed very cool. The Kids Grid are awesome. And there's some paintings here on the walls. You can see that there's a Ludicolo, there's Pikachu, I think that's Groudon and Kyogre over there. Really, really nice. There's Swampert. Oh, there's Groudon there. Okay, maybe the other one's Blaziken. I'm not really sure. There are a lot of things for us to do here in the ONBS building. It's a big TV camera. And in fact, you might recognize these two right here. Razzle and Dazzle, the hot duo from Gation Port. And I will proceed to do what any kid would do at a TV studio. Hi, Mom! I'm on TV! Okay, no, I shouldn't. Alright, Razzle. Wow, I like how she can turn while rotating those. Turn while, juggling those. That is awesome. Yes, Dazzle, you are indeed the cuter of the two, even though you two are exactly the same. I like blue hair a little bit more. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything that we're missing around here. Anything that I should go get. None. We got a hipster working here at the TV station. What does he got to say? I always talk to the hipsters. Founded by Sek and Nett. You might remember them as well. Okay, Sek handles the business side, and Nett acts as the chief of engineering and technology. Okay. So I will feel free to wander around just because I can. Let's go upstairs. Like this music, by the way, just the fingers snapping and everything. It's like a really, really cleaned up version of what you'd expect from Pyrite Town. Oh, it's so cool. Hey! Hi, welcome to OBS. Man, he's got a headset on. He's my kind of guy. Started by kids 5 years ago during the Shadow incident, a tiny network has grown into this today. I operate this place with my partner, Nett. We're convinced that reporting the environment's truth will be a good piece of justice. Anyway, did you want to do something for me? Okay. Yes, we passed on Professor Crane's message. You're kidding! Cypher was using Desert Lab again? Okay, understood. You should get the data ROM and show it to Nett right away. I'm sure you're going to decipher the information, whatever information is stored on that data ROM. Okay. So we need to go find Nett, of course. Didn't tell us anything that we didn't already know, because Sek is, of course, no help, as the businessmen typically aren't. This door is locked. Can't do anything there yet. You're going to want to remember that area for later. Got another broadcast station right here. Okay, we're going live. Cue. It's you. We remember her from TV. I'm curious to see all the top the news from earlier about the Gears guy. Seems they're reporting on Professor Crane being rescued by me. Sounds like an awesome piece of news. I mean, heck, when you got officers like Johnson on the force, you see how useful this police are. I take back what I said about how they should have sent in the police. Now, we do a much better job than Johnson ever could. Reports say that Professor Crane was rescued by a lone teen. You're wrong. I'm not a lone teen. I'm a lone kid. Yeah, I'm even more of a badass for doing it than you think I am, because I'm even younger than that. If only I could have just busted. Her name is Anka. She's an anchor named Anka. Wow. I'm a fan of these puns. What do you have to say? Well, I don't know where my mommy is. Can you please help me find my mommy? Sure. Okay. The little girl joined the party. Yes, she doesn't have a name. She is just the little girl. Actually, no, her first name could be the, her middle name could be little, and her last name could be girl. Yeah. People name their kids weirder things than the these days. I mean, heck, look at me. My name is Emil, for God's sake. Well, actually, that's not really that unusual of a name if you're in Europe, I suppose, though. But here in America, everyone always calls me Emily. Dear, can't you see a lady is getting ready? Please don't come any closer. Yep, cheap way to keep you from going to that item box. So remember that for later as well. I'm gonna go in here and... Oh, this isn't going well. I have to go on air soon, but my Candy hasn't come back. Oh, her name is Candy. She debunked my headcanon of her name being the little girl. Candy, sweetheart! Mommy! Oh, I'm glad to see you. I was worried about you. You seem to just disappear. I'm so sorry, Mommy. We went in a room for just a second, then I couldn't find it again. That guy there brought me here. Oh my, how very kind of you. Thank you. And by talking to her mother... Sincerely, thank you. There's just a small token of my appreciation. We get a Sooth Bell. That is an incredibly helpful item. There are Pokemon that evolve through happiness. We have not encountered any of these yet. But if a Pokemon evolves through happiness, or if you have a move like Return which does more damage the more the Pokemon likes you, you want to equip that as it makes Pokemon earn happiness more. Happiness is normally earned by not letting your Pokemon faint in battles, that makes it go down, walking with it in your party, giving it massages, and, of course, equipping the Sooth Bell to it, and having it in your party with you while you have it. Quite simple, really. Heal your Pokemon there. And once again... we have this item box here that we are not allowed to collect because I guess they just sort of caught on to the fact that they've been too generous with the items. They're just like, no, we're going to taunt you and make it so you can't collect any for a little while. Okay. All right. So there's nothing left for us to do but head upstairs as we have checked out everything there is to do in this ONBS building that is of note. And check it out. This right here, I know, I wish I could go in there and go to the hideout of the greatest video game villain who ever lived, but no, it's locked. I've been told by Nett to not allow anyone through. He's working right now. Huh? You came from the Pokemon HQ lab, but I still can't let you through. I'll get in trouble if I do. Detro, do we have a visitor? Yeah, That guy didn't let us through. Scold him. After all, Detro not letting us through was a real detriment to our mission. Oh man, I'd kill myself. I am so stupid, I really am. So you might recognize this building is more or less the same building that was here before, just really, really cleaned up though. But yeah, it's been redecorated, the rooms have kind of been repurposed and all that. Some of the room layouts have been changed, but it's very similar to the building that was here before. And oh my god, this guy's feet are huge. Then again, why am I surprised? Hello, Nett. Hello, I've been expecting you. You're Michael, right? I'm Nett. And this is Bit. He's my friend and an invaluable partner, so Bit's back as well. We heard from Professor Crane. Sounds like you pulled off a daring rescue. I know, I'm very daring. Yes, Bit. And now, it's no time to waste chatting. Let's see the data Professor Crane called about. Handed it over. I've deciphered something similar to this before. It brings back memories. Okay, I think it's going to take some time for me to check the contents of this data ROM. Can you wait a while I do that? Hey, Nett, how's this for an idea? Our news team should be out visiting Duking at one of his Pokespots to file a story about wild Pokemon. Since he's got free time, why not have him go visit Duking as well? Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. Good suggestion, Bit. Are you interested in wild Pokemon? Wouldn't hurt to go look, you know. Oh yes, may I have your PDA number? I'll contact you as soon as I find anything out. Alright, that is cool. Thank you. I'll try to decipher this as quickly as possible. By the way, Bit, where is our news team? I think they said the Rock Pokespot? So, we finally have a new area to go visit. There is the destination. Okay, Michael, go to the Pokespot and wait for me to call. Who knows, you might even see some wild Pokemon. Indeed, that is interesting. Seems like those people that were talking about wild Pokemon weren't just whistling Dixie about their wildest dreams about the Ori region. Unfortunately, that area where you could go back down here in the building that was originally here is no longer here, so we gotta walk it. And I think that's enough for now. Next time on Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we'll be heading back through Pyrite Town. Wow, that guy really does run back and forth. And we'll be visiting that Rock Pokespot, hopefully running into Duking. See you guys then.